Napoli-Milan, post-match reaction. Milan with defeat number 9th of the season, 35 goal conceded, 9th defeat, 9th place in the Serie A, 7 points clear from Udinese. 9 point clears from the champion, the 4th spot in the Champions League that at the moment is in the hands of Bologna. Can you believe it? Again, unbelievable. Before starting analyzing the match, I just want to say really that, tonight it wasn't an experience that I want to repeat ever again, because it was a match that there was a part of me, a really dark part inside of me, that it wasn't enjoying Milan potential draw. And be honest, there was a moment that what's the point of drawing against Napoli? We give in the Scudetto right away to the other team of Milan tonight, give them a plus 5 points. There was a moment when we scored the 2-1, I was thinking, there was a little part inside me that's like, why do we have to draw? What's the point of drawing? We don't deserve the draw. This team has to go, has to collapse, has to implode. To rebuild, we need to destroy first. And everything has to change in the beginning of the next season, right away in June. And it is a very dark thought to be against the colors that you love. But this situation with this management took us here. And the fear that we're gonna go on Wednesday against Inter in Coppa Italia, it is terrifying, because they have the blood in their mouth, they have the venom to kill the game, they have the aim, the focus, the direction, the energy, and the players to really break our ass on Wednesday. And because the team doesn't care, it's not a team, it's a group of single players, they don't care, could be a drastic result. So I'm super scared about this. Ladies and gentlemen, Milan lost against Napoli. Let's analyze a little bit the match. Milan lost against Napoli 2-1 with a goal of Politano after 1 minute and 20 seconds, and another goal of Romelu Lukaku after 20 minutes. Once again, the line of defense was horrible. Completely lost Politano on the first goal, indecision in between Gabi and Pavlovic, and the block and the, let's say, completely missed the movement of the defense, completely out of tempo. Milan defense, Lukaku was pretty much alone in front of the goal, conceded a 2-0 against Napoli. Milan that on the first half, tried to play a little bit more, a little bit less. Milan on the first half, however, was playing again with Joao Felix instead of Rafael Leao, was playing with Bondo instead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They had a problem today. Was playing with Fofana, Bondo, Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, and Joao Felix. Behind, we were playing with Pavlovic, Gabbia, Theo Hernandez, and Walker and Mike Maignan. The second half, however, we tried a little bit more. Milan has always these things that in the second half comes up because Rafael Leao, it is in the field. Rafael Leao, it is our best player. He will be delusional to say that he is not our best player. Is the reason why Milan can still do something is because of Rafael Leao. It's the last gift of Paolo Maldini to Milan. It is the last play. It is the first player, is the most dangerous player in our team, and it doesn't, I understand that Milan doesn't play well and create 2-3 things, but those 2-3 things are created by Rafael Leao. Sometimes there is Pulisic, sometimes there is Reinders, but other than that, really, we don't have anything else. But again, as you can hear, I'm counting the single player. Meanwhile, we are not a team. And let me point out directly a problem, Joao Felix, that it is extremely disappointing, because I knew the vibes, the energy this kind of player had in Atletico Madrid, in Chelsea, but he's completely lost. He is completely lost. It cannot be. It's very scary. It's very scary that he is not on a good level. I don't think he's in a good shape, but his manager, how to say, the manager, how to say this, I don't know how to say it, il procuratore, the yeah, he definitely got good agents and got a good PR, and he's constantly there earning millions from Chelsea, from Atletico, now from Milan, still in playing for Portugal national team, but it it doesn't make any sense as a player. I'm sorry to say that, but I can feel the talent is there, but he's absolutely not the goal of this player with us. Plus, let me tell you, apparently it is gossip of the week that Mendes talk about Joao Felix, saying that at the end of the season he's not gonna stay in Milan, he's gonna go to Galatasaray. Now, this is, in my opinion, it is first of all a huge. There are huge words of completely disrespect for Milan, because he right now he's a Milan player, and he should be extremely focused on all the players, on all the teams, on all the matches that we have right now. Imagine the kid that always heard about Joao Felix, maybe play Joao Felix at FIFA, maybe bought €130 of jersey of Joao Felix because it's his dream to see him playing, and right away after 2 months he say he's not gonna stay in this team, he's gonna leave. It is completely disrespectful for every Milan's fan, for the team, and if the company, if the club was serious, it will never allow this kind of words from an agent. It will never allow the silence post interview. It will be somebody to say, hey, look, I know the word of the agent, but right now Joao Felix is with us. We want to keep him because he's a top talent. We're going to shield him. We're going to try to protect him. And if he's an excellent player, we will see. This is our goal. If then the agent says something differently, it's another story. But at least the club should say something to cover, not that any agent can come along and say whatever they freaking want about our player, because they're still playing for Milan. Completely disrespectful. And this is also one of the reasons why Joao Felix, this is a problem, that Joao Felix is the result of this management that Jerry Cardinale want to change completely the way that the teams are managed. We're going to give him Ibrahimovic, that is not a sport director, is not a technical director, he doesn't have experience, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. And they don't even know how to do mercato. Because if you watch Milan in the last 6 months, you will be fully understand that you need another central midfielder, especially because you gave away Benasser, and you need a little bit more stability in defense. Probably Walker, it's not enough. But guess what? Because you don't know how to do the mercato, so you call your friend Mendes and say, I need something to boost up the sales for winter. And then, guess what? Fabrizio Romano literally said that Joao Felix to Milan was closed in 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours to deal Joao Felix. So that means he really wanted to leave. He got a good commission. The club completely give okay to anything that Mendes will say or will propose, just to boost a little bit the sales. In San Siro, Milan-Roma, Coppa Italia, 3-1, good goal, Santi Gimenez goal, everyone is happy. We got another little turning point. Nothing happened. Another pivot point for the season. Really nothing happened. We don't have backbones. This club doesn't have backbones, and it is correct that, in my opinion, it is correct that Elliott with Furlani now, it is already planning the next move. My final goal for Milan is that both Redbird and Elliott, they will be leaving this club forever and never seeing them again. But the first real bad things, it is Red Bull Capital. Red Bull Capital, it is the real bad. The only real project that Red Bull Capital placed in Milan, it is Milan Futuro. Milan Futuro, it should be the academy for the young players in Serie C, so then they are ready to play in Serie A if they are talented. It is in the hands, completely managed completely by Red Bull. The people are chosen around Milan Futuro. They were chosen by Ibrahimovic, and guess the result? Milan Futuro now is about to get in Serie D. So it's going to be failing the project completely. And that's not the only project that they fail, because they fail also San Siro. They wanted to do their own stadium. They bought the land in San Donato. Perfect, let's do it. And then they realized they don't have that much money. So guess what? They turn back in San Siro. There was a turn at some point. Maybe we can save some money because we're gonna share it with Inter, and this is gonna be the best solution. But fail project because they promise us the new stadium just for us, a new era for entertainment and to engage to the fans, as Jerry Cardinale says. But guess what? They failed. First team, we want to talk about the first team. 9th, out of the game out of the game pretty much from October. This team had different time that it could be considered a pivot moment, a moment where they say, okay, we started bad, but now we can go back to point. The derby. Started bad season, then you win the derby after 7-6 that you never won. Boom, perfect. Now it's time to win again. Bullshit. You draw against Cagliari, whatever. Few weeks later, Real Madrid Milan, 3-1 for Milan. Unbelievable. Milan deserved the victory 100%, and I that we will forever remember. The weekend after, draw against Torino. The Supercoppa. Now with Conceição, everything is going to be fine. And I'm telling you, I was the first one to believe in this. I was the first one with Conceição because I thought that Milan really needed a coach with balls. Because this team was sleeping, because they were not reacting. There was no soul, but he can bring us back. Instead, after the Supercoppa, a lot of losts, the Champions League results. And this is the situation. Conceição, guys, is not going to stay with us for another season because he's a man chosen by Ibrahimovic, by Red Bull, and Elliott is taking power. So now they're going to decide who's going to be the sport director, technical director, and they're going to decide, or he's going to decide at least, who's going to be next Milan coach. It has to be the right steps. The CEO, Furlani, is going to decide who's going to be your sport director. Sport director is going to decide the coach, and the coach is going to, together with the sport director, they're going to decide how to set up the next season, which player to keep, which player not. Does Milan need to make money? Perfect. We can sell one of our top players. Perfect. Done. The real problem that Elliott, in my opinion, is also worried is that because not only the results are bad, but the investment that Red Bull, or together with Elliott, they did on certain player, for example, the Theo Hernandez. 2 years ago, Theo Hernandez was 80 million. Now who gives you 80 million for Theo Hernandez? Maybe Saudi Arabia. Maybe. That's our only solution. But it's not worth it. 80. At the moment, it's not even worth 40. Okay? So the investment that the previous property they did, not only they pick and they didn't sell it, but now they are going down. And that's why they are worried, Elliott, and that's why they are taking over. And that's why they have to fix it. But they have to understand that they have to give in the hands of somebody who knows about football, who knows about the Serie A, who knows about real scouting, not freaking Moneyball with the algorithm. Come on. And also bring a little bit more of that. This is the thing that the old Rossonero always said. Shielding a little bit this club, shielding a little bit the team and the and the coach, from the press, from the shitty words of the agent. Enough of that. Enough of that. Well, guys, this is it. This is a reaction, of course, of Napoli Milan that makes me honestly sick. It doesn't make me feel anything. It makes me feel dead. It doesn't give me excitement anymore. The channel started to talk about football, coaching, and so on, but now we're talking about property management, San Siro, politics in Milan. Like, it is very frustrating. Well, guys, on Wednesday is going to be the derby, the first leg of the Serie A, of the Coppa Italia. Get ready, because it's going to be a freaking war. And against Inter, that's the only match that I want to believe. Against Inter, that's the only match that I want to believe. Let's go.